Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Thiago Silva's Brazil is looking hot, man. Absolutely looking hot. No show from Dennis Zakaria. We'll talk about that. And Diogo Costa's crazy moments just when he gets linked with Chelsea Football Club. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. First up, let's talk about Brazil, Thiago Silva. I know the headline is not about Thiago Silva, it's all about Richarlison, but we have to talk about Thiago Silva because he's our player, he's Chelsea player. Look, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, they look really good. I know first half it was 0-0, but at no point was I ever thinking this is going to be an upset. I was hoping there was going to be an upset, maybe a Mitrovic goal, maybe a Milinkovic-Savic goal, who knows. But you could see, even in the first half, the amount of times Brazil was just piercing through them and finding those passes in those half spaces. Really, it was a matter of time. Neymar was doing that. Casemiro was doing that. Paqueta was doing that. And they were finding the attackers in between those lines. And in the second half, straight away from the get-go, Rafinha, there was a scare for Serbia, and eventually enough, Richarlison, especially the second goal. Wow, that is the most Brazilian way of scoring, the Samba style kicking in. Few people are saying, oh, he's a fraud, this, that, the other. I always rated Richarlison, of course, but probably not enough to say, oh, you know what, we want him. I wouldn't have minded him at Chelsea, but always wanted Gabriel Jesus. I can see why he starts for Brazil. Brazil really believe in Richarlison a lot. And on song, he's something special. There's no doubt about that. One player that's getting a lot of hate is Rafinha. People saying he's an absolute fraud. Few people were saying Richarlison's a fraud as well. To be honest, I don't really think any of those, neither of them are really frauds. It's just Rafinha, there is a lot of good about him. His skill set is perfect. I can see why Thomas Tuchel was thinking about him playing as a right wing back because he does have very good work rate defensively. He drops back, helps out in defense. And then when he bombs forward, he's got a lot of pace, good dribbling skills. It's just his final third decision making, which is a bit off. But I'm pretty sure that as soon as it clicks, it will probably click into gear. Vinicius Jr. was fantastic. Neymar, a few times, probably needed to release the pass a lot more, but such a technical player. That Brazil team, man, world-class goalkeeper, world-class defense, world-class midfield, world-class attack, world-class bench. It's going to be an epic, scenario to beat someone like Brazil. I was sort of, making a joke on social media saying only the Saudis are capable of doing that. Look, Thiago Silva, very strong. There was one time, I think in the first half, where he punched a nice ball through the middle. I said, that's a classic register style of football there. Deep lying playmaker. Defensively, him along with Marquinhos always wanted that partnership, man. There was rumors a couple of seasons ago that Marquinhos maybe to Chelsea, that partnership would have been unbelievable at Chelsea Football Club in defense. Thiago Silva was solid. Captain gets the victory for Brazil. This Brazil team is going to be very difficult to beat. And I can't wait. I can't wait to keep seeing how Brazil does in this particular World Cup. Now, in regards to, ladies and gentlemen, Switzerland versus Cameroon, I watched halftime, and then after halftime went to bed. It was quite late. And I woke up to see the first thing I wanted to see, did Dennis Zakaria have any sort of involvement in that match? And he didn't. He actually didn't. And it makes me think, what's going on with this player? Like, he barely gets a chance in club football. He wasn't getting chances in Juventus either. Yes, there was injuries, no doubt about that. But even when he was over the injuries, he wasn't really favoured. At Chelsea as well, shouldn't be injured anymore. But he's not getting favoured. Some people are saying he's not match fit. But how do you make one match fit? Like, surely in training ground, you've got to work hard. And perhaps maybe he doesn't work. I don't know what is the go with this particular player. For Switzerland as well, being 1-0 up, you'd think someone like him might come on and shore up the defense, make sure that the midfield doesn't get outrun. Cameroon, from what I saw in the first half, probably deserves something, man. Choupo-Moting up front. That's the caliber of striker. Like if you want to have someone who wants to hold the ball up, get others involved, like the way Giroud used to do. Choupo-Moting, he's improved massively. This guy used to play for Stoke, I believe, at once upon a time. At Bayern Munich, obviously, he's learned his traits in regards to one-touch play, link up, bringing others in. Cameroon, if they just had a little bit more quality up front, they probably could have got something out of that, especially in the first half. I didn't get to watch the second half, so it could have been a completely different story in the second half. So then Zakaria, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know. This guy doesn't feature. Like, he literally doesn't feature. I don't know where he stands. Like, what can we take out if this guy goes through the group stages and barely features? Let's see what happens. I mean, if you can't play for Switzerland, what chance do you have for Chelsea Football Club, where there's a lot more, talent, I suppose, in and around you? Now, let's talk a little bit about Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. Once again, it was in crazy times for me. Didn't get to watch the match. Didn't get to see the highlights either, so I'll catch that later on. But João Felix, Rafael Leão, both scoring. Two of the players I would love at Chelsea Football Club. I know a lot of people talk down on João Felix. I don't know why. This guy is sensational, man. Absolutely sensational. Rafael Leão scoring as well. Todd Bowley really wants, Rafael Leão. I think if we can get him along with Nkunku, who seems to be in the back, that'd be massive. Ronaldo scores from the penalty spot, gets the man of the match as well. Some people are not happy about that. They were sort of saying perhaps it should have been Bruno Fernandes with the 2 assists. I didn't get to watch that match, but there is a particular picture of Ronaldo that is doing the rounds where he does the see, and just behind him is the Messi, the pictures, mural or painting, whatever it is, and it's quite iconic. But Portugal go off to a win. Bit of a madness. Ghana was making a bit of a comeback, and they scored the second goal from Bukari, who then does the sweet celebration, and everyone was having a laugh. Now, this guy's doing the sweet celebration when they're losing 3-2. But Ghana's just there for vibes, to be honest. That group is unbelievable. South Korea and Uruguay. South Korea, very, very good team. These Asian teams, I'm telling you, in this World Cup are quite sensational. Okay, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, more about Portugal, but in a different sense. Diogo Costa, Chelsea make first contact for Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa. Manchester United also in the running. This is the goalkeeper I wanted us to be involved with, and seems like we are now. He's a top goalkeeper, but he made a horrendous mistake right at the end, literally the last play where Portugal were winning 3-2, but it's the last phase of play. He had the ball and he let it go to basically boot it out, but he had no idea there was a player behind him, a Ghanaian player behind him, who then gets to the ball. Luckily, Diogo Costa got saved by his defenders, and also the Ghanaian player slipped, or else it should have been 3-3. And off the back of that, and this is where I get annoyed, where, do you know what I mean? Like, fans that don't watch him on a regular basis, they just saw this particular game and they want to make a judgment. How can you make a judgment on a player that you've not heard of and you've just seen for the first time? And all of a sudden, all of these fans are like, no, don't want this guy at Chelsea Football Club, bozo moments, this, that, the other. I'm like, have you seen this guy play for his club? Have you seen him play for Porto? Like, this guy is the top dog when it comes to the next goalkeeper in terms of distribution, ball playing ability, shot stopping ability. I mean, it's mad how some fans, this is the thing, social media, it's available for everyone. You can say whatever you want. And, no one really takes the time to process a situation. But Diogo Costa, let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how you feel about Diogo Costa. That's the level of goalkeeper that I want to be linked with. It's been another sensational, mad day of World Cup football. Brazil looking the bits. Thiago Silva continues on. Clean sheet for Brazil. Of course, it's that entire team. Richarlison looked really, really good. Dennis Zakaria as well. Let me know, guys. I want to hear from you guys. How you feel about Dennis Zakaria? This guy doesn't feature for Switzerland. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we'll definitely watch along for England versus USA. I think that's the blockbuster match that we need to cover, so we will do that. And prior to that, if there's any other Chelsea news that floats about, we'll definitely showcase that, whether it's a live stream, whether it's a video. We'll see. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.